What if we could give you one tip that would change your irons forever? Well, today we're going to do just that.
Indeed, keep watching because it is one of our best tips. Welcome to the channel. Now, if you want to make sure you don't miss any of our videos, make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit that notification bell. And also check out our free video series, 5 Shots Slow. Click the link in the description and it really will help your game.
Okay, right, let's get into this because look, ball striking with irons, it is probably the most important thing that you can focus on if you want to be a better golfer.
Numero uno.
It is, and we've got something here that will be a game changer for you. Pierce, we've got this little bit of setup or feedback here. What is this? How we're going to start?
Well, this is the first start to actually getting this feedback. So I've got some alignment sticks on the ground with some golf balls in here. Look, you can spray a line on the ground. You've probably seen us do that before. You can have a chalk line on a range mat if you want to. But these alignment sticks are just creating a line and a visual. So when I hit these shots in a moment and we get that divot, hopefully it's going to be happening past the sticks, but it's going to give us some feedback that we need.
So when it comes to hitting irons, we want to hit the ground past the golf ball. So if you're hitting the ground, obviously before the golf ball, that's when we get those horrible duff shots, ball travels nowhere. So this is going to help educate you and understand where you are, really, isn't it?
Indeed, indeed. And look, in order to do this, there needs to be a downward hit when you're hitting these golf balls. But often people get this wrong because they then try and hit down when they're hitting their golf shot. So it's a downward hit, which is actually created more by the concept of saying, I'm going to feel as I'm hitting through the golf ball. Hitting through and hitting past the golf ball is the best way to get that downward hit.
So don't hit down. If you're thinking I need to hit down, it's going to cause all sorts of problems. Think about hitting past. Okay, well, let's kick it off. Pierce, hit a shot.
That TaylorMade number 3 is looking straight back at me and it wants to be hit.
Okay, well, all we want to do here is hit a shot and let's just see what happens and we'll get a bit of feedback on what Pierce is doing here.
Okay.
His focus will be past here.
Let's see where this divot goes. It's amazing when you think about past how much better it actually gets.
Come and take a look at this. So you'll see here, actually, look at this. It was a little bit of ground and ball together, but the majority of the divot was past the golf ball. This is what we're after. That's okay, ground and ball sort of together is not too bad, but the divots are this side of it. Now, when we see, Pierce, the better players at the golf club, the best ball strikers at a golf club, where are they at impact and how do we get to this?
Okay, so look, the best ball strikers do look quite different to golfers who struggle with this. So if we think about setup, let's just have my setup place here, position here, and then from there, impact for the better players looks like this. So you can see I'm putting the weight into the lead leg. I'm leaning the shaft forward, and if we think about it, if we lean the shaft forward, that means the club head is still traveling down when we do that. Now, the not so good players probably have less weight in that lead leg and they probably have that shaft pointing back up at their body like that. And as soon as you look like this when you're striking the golf ball, you're in trouble. Okay,
so what's the main one thing that we see that causes this really?
Okay, crappy pivot action from the hips, in the backswing especially. Excuse my French. But if you can actually sort out how this area here works in your golf swing, it's going to be so much better. So what we're looking for when we're doing this is, we're going to imagine now that we're going to get my right butt cheek and replace the left one. So I'm going to replace my left butt cheek with the right butt cheek. So as I swing back, we can see there now how, if anything, my hips are moving a little bit towards the target as I get to the top of the backswing. Now this is absolutely fine because from here now, all I've got to do is I've got to turn, drive and hit through the golf ball, and you can see I'm doing everything that I need to. I'm getting the weight into the lead leg and I'm leaning the shaft forward.
And you'll notice if we do a bad one then, Pierce, so when Pierce does a bad one now where he sort of has this bit of a sway, there's no rotation, and he's got so far to go this way to even get past the golf ball. It's just you just got no chance from there.
It's very rare. I think, oh crikey, count on one hand how many people I've seen sway in the backswing and then strike it great on the way down. As soon as you start swaying, it's over.
Okay, so let's hit the shot, and all we're going to look at is what Pierce is doing with his hips. He's going to replace his left cheek with his right cheek, and I'm going to get him to hit 2 more shots actually. Okay.
A little bit exaggerated there.
Let's take, I'm going to bring it in
low
again.
That one.
Let's have a look. This is extreme, by the way. So there's the ball. That's where Pierce first hit the ground. Now, if you're somebody who tends to duff the golf ball, then that's still good because you've hit past.
And that's extreme, and that's extreme. That's kind of happened as a result of you kind of telling me off for getting ground and ball together.
It works, right? One more then, because you can do better than that one. Let's see if we can get one pure.
Yeah, I mean, still good. It's just gone a little bit lower than it would do normally. Okay. And to be honest, for me now, with me, I don't really need to think about these things. It's something I probably do a little bit too much of anyway. Let's see what happens. So that was just me just hitting a golf shot.
That was nice. You don't need to think too much. Okay, we're going to bring you in again. Just take a look at this one.
Stinking.
You'll see here, this was perfect. I'll move that ball out of the way. You can just hit the tee, divot after the golf ball. 1 out of 3, not bad. But the good thing about that, none of them are over here.
No, none are over there.
If you're over there, it's no good.
And you know what the thing for me is, this is something that I have done, actually worked out in my golf swing to help a few things out. But if you can get this pivot action from your hips a lot tighter in the backswing, it just makes things so much easier.
That one tip will change your irons forever. Make sure you test it out and check out those 5 free videos, those 5 shots lower in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.